morning, guys. I am so tired. Let's make a coffee and let's start our day. Don't even mind the hair right now. We're gonna get put together very soon, but I'm making a big boy of a coffee today because Lord, I need it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lainey. It's nice to have you. Thank you so much for stopping by. It has been a whirlwind of a couple of months and I feel like I just want to kind of play catch up, talk to you a little bit, give you an idea what my headspace is, give future me who's gonna look back at this an idea of what my headspace is at this moment in time. It's gonna be, I'm assuming, a big, like quite a chatty type video, so feel free to get some food, get a drink, and watch along. I am going to, because I have some things I need to get done today, so I might record those and kind of like overlay on top, because I think you're gonna get sick of my face, and it's kind of like same setup, so you know, for a visual we might do that. That's what I'm planning in my head. We'll see if that comes about within the editing process. Yeah, like I said, I just want to kind of detail stuff, so I'm gonna get right into it. And first, while I do that, I'm gonna take down this hair. So my twin sister and I, we just finished a week and a half ago our summer job. Best experience of my life. We worked at a summer camp. I worked there last year as a junior counselor, came back this year, but this time as a head counselor. So it was a lot. I thought I was prepared for it, and in the most part I was, for sure. I think I went in a little hesitant in terms of like my condition. If you don't know, if you haven't been around this channel, I have nerve pain due to nerve damage, and I've had that since April of 2024, April 1st to be exact. And so last year I did the summer camp with my nerve damage. This is obviously before my back pain got worse, but last year I did it. So I went in this year being like, okay, I'm confident, like, you know, I did it last year. I was able to do it last year given my condition, being, you know, standing up on my feet, but you know, last year, since I was a junior counselor, it was only part-time, like 5 hours a day. But I was like, you know what, I was able to do it last year. But like I said, I did go in a little bit hesitant because this was going to be obviously longer than 5 hours, and this is now including, you know, my back pain that sprung up on me at the end of last summer, like around this time, my hip, my ankle, and you know, I have all these braces for all that stuff. So like I said, I did go a bit hesitant. My body obviously hurt. Like even right now in this moment with me, all I'm doing is taking my hair down. I also developed sensitivity on my head and doing my hair and stuff like that. So taking this down right now, I'm feeling pain, even though I'm being extremely gentle. So like regardless, pain is just always going to be there. It's nothing I can do about it at this point. But I forgot, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, regardless, like I had pain during the summer camp, but I think like within the first week it was probably like the worst of it, and then as like my body got used to this kind of new routine of this like long hours being on my feet, going on trips, XYZ, I didn't like come home and needed to bed rest for about 3 to 4 hours like I was during the first week that I was working. So that was great. I absolutely love that. I guess the main update is my sister and I graduated undergrad. 4 years of college has passed us, which is literally crazy. I mentioned in one of like the final videos I did, I think as a voiceover, I was talking about how like the emotions of graduating hasn't hit me yet. Unlike elementary school, middle school, and high school, where I was like bawling my eyes out and stuff like that, it hasn't hit me yet. And I thought that at the time, I think at the time I did that voiceover, graduation hasn't happened yet. Like school had finished for about like 2 weeks, but like the graduation actually hasn't happened yet. But now that graduation's been passed, like almost, I think 3 months ago, I think. Yeah, I think tomorrow will make 3 months since graduation passed. Still, not really shedding a tear and stuff like that. I do wonder why. I think overall school experience was okay. I think it's because I, like elementary school, middle school, and high school, I had such like a big group support friends, and in college I didn't have that, and it was just really me and my sister, ride or die throughout the whole college experience. So I think there wasn't that aspect of like leaving school and then missing people. But it goes to because, you know, I'm an adult now, and it's just probably not something that I am crying over. Who knows? I don't really know. But that's update number 2, which is the biggest update, that we graduated. And now we just kind of have to figure out what our life is like within this next year. December is when grad school application closes. I don't know if December is also when it opens, like December, within the first week of December. But I know that within the first week of December, grad school application closes. And originally we weren't supposed to graduate on time, so just like applying for grad school wasn't on our head. And then we graduated on time. So we have this kind of like year break until fall 2026. So I'm just kind of trying to figure things out. Hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be able to work, even if it's just part-time, so I can, you know, start making income and things like that. Because, you know, when grad school, fingers crossed that we get in, but when grad school comes around, you know, I'm gonna need that money, the extra income. I also want to do a family vacation next summer, because when my sister and I, when we went to our Cali trip in June, that was the first trip we've taken in 6 years since summer 2019, and it's also our first trip kind of solo without our family and as adults, because last time we did a vacation we would have been, what, 16 years old. And so then it was our first trip at age 22. But then when next summer comes around, it's going to be 7 years for like our mom and our little sister. And we really want to do a family trip because we have so many things to celebrate. Our graduation, our mom's accomplishment, our little sister at that point next summer would start her senior year of high school. So everyone's doing great. And, you know, we have so many, oh my God, my hair. We have so many things to celebrate. And I think it'd just be a perfect time to do a vacation trip next year. So we're going to kind of see how all that goes. Fingers crossed it all goes well. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm able to work and get a part-time job soon, or kind of figure out, you know, different types of avenues of income so we can start building that up slowly. But I think that's major updates that I wanted to talk about. There's some other things I want to get into, but I think that before I continue, I'm gonna have my coffee. Really, really good. I'm gonna have my sad looking bread and peanut butter, and then I will get back to you guys after I eat. I'm gonna put something on the TV, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Ride along with me.
Thanks, Charlie. I'm moving this line into school, see? Hi, Teacher Harry.
I'm watching PBS Kids. Oh my gosh. I think last summer, was it last summer? Yeah, last summer I started I've always throughout my life continued up with PBS Kids and stuff like that. Because it's just like a great background thing to have. But last summer I started like ensuring that, like, if I'm home and stuff like that, I do slower mornings, so I mean like no electronics in the morning, things like that. I've been really, really good at doing that. I have like this little book that I think I've showed on the channel before. I got like this little book from Dollar Tree. Recently I got another one, and Nelly also grabbed one, because I'm always talking about like, girl, you need this a little notebook. And I put everything on there, like my to-do list, story ideas, because that's like something that I want to like pursue further in the future, especially after writing and drawing. Nelly also did this as well, but writing and drawing our own children's book like about 2 years ago. So I'm doing like my to-do list, school stuff on there, work stuff on there, story ideas on there, anything that I want to write down, I'm writing it down. Show list, movie list, my whole lifeline is that book, to be honest. So usually like in the morning I'm like sitting down, opening up, going back to previous pages, just kind of like working in that book, or I'm doing like Sudoku, or I'm playing, at most, if I have to do anything electronic wise, it's a brain game, because I have like an app on my phone that's like no Wi-Fi games. It's like just a billion games, and it's like brain games, very slow, not too overstimulating. Or I sit down and watch PBS Kids in the morning. Right now Daniel Tiger is on, and I know on TikTok there's some Daniel Tiger slander. Trust me, I see it, and I don't remember him being that bad when I was younger, and I used to watch with my little sister. But Daniel Tiger is my shit. I got my getting all. So we're gonna watch Daniel Tiger, or let me see what they have on, because there's 2 channels of PBS. So the other channel, Sesame Street, is playing, But yeah, I think we're just gonna stick with Daniel Tiger.
Snowball the bunny's helper. The bunny helper will clean Snowball's cage and give him food and water. And that job is for...
This
I really love Snowball the bunny.
The next job.
this was
is
on TikTok,
lights
this
helper.
scene.
This person will turn off the lights when we leave the classroom.
Meow, meow. Thank you, everyone. I will be your light helper.
Our next job is line leader.
I really hope I'm the line leader.
I'm really hoping the
This job will
line.
go to...
Me. Lunch helper? But that's not the job I wanted. Grr. Everyone's job is important. We all help.
That's crazy. One of the big scenes, popular scenes with the Daniel Tiger stuff on TikTok. That's the episode is playing right now. Oh my god. I'm sitting on the floor right now. Okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna continue watching Daniel Tiger
Another week.
as I finish eating.
When it's lunchtime and we're all hungry, lunch helper is a very important job.
Okay. Hi, Daniel. I'm off to water the plants. Girl.
Everyone, come take a seat for lunchtime.
Time to go to the table. Please line up behind the line leader, which is me. Here I come. I'm so hungry I could eat my lunch. Meow, meow. Where? Oliver.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to admire my mother's lovely plants, and these are the ones she has in the living room. She has a lot more in the kitchen, and she just takes such good care of them. Like, they're so gorgeous, they're so pretty. So I'm resting you guys. Oh, is it? Well, we'll work with this angle, but I'm putting you guys right by the flower plant. So I have my lifeline. I'm going to flip to, actually, I feel like I should do this a different way. I wanted to take the time to talk about change and failure. So when I started this channel, I had originally the series that I wanted to start. I did like 1, 2, maybe 3 videos within it, doing that kind of like the six month change, the 6-month journey. It is August, meaning it's the 8th month of the year. This is something that I started at the end of December of last year, so obviously it's well over 6 months. And I kind of looked upon the challenge and being like, oh, I failed, because one of the really big aspects and what made me want to do the 6-month challenge in the first place was working out, losing weight, eating healthier, exercising, things of that sort. And I kind of looked upon that as that I failed, because I'm like, 6 months later, girl, you kind of look the same, and not much actually changed weight wise. And I wanted to really like put my all into it, because given my condition and how like moving around hurts my body, being still, my body already hurts. It's very hard to work out for long periods of time without my body like shooting pain, and you know, that's letting me know like, okay, you need to stop this right now. And since April of last year when this started, I've definitely gotten better with like working out and being able to work out for long periods of time, because I couldn't even work out for like 5 minutes last year. So like I said, I've gotten better, but it's not the best. You know, things could improve. So I was looking at this as like I failed, and being like, you know, this was like my biggest attempt to do this right when I graduated college. Like I should have been a-okay. And so I was like, you know, I guess I just can't change. I guess like I'm letting like this thing that happened to me, you know, I won't be able to change from it. But I'm trying to look at it a different way. Recently, or not recently, I guess this is like what, 2 or 3 months ago at this point, but I put out a TikTok, an Instagram reel, and a YouTube short, just kind of talking about like my pain and like who I am and having to live with this. And then I also made a kind of like mini, I think 5-6 minutes video, because I had to do it for one of my psychology classes as like my final project. So I'm still debating if I want to put out that video on this channel. I might, maybe like before I put out this video, since I want this video kind of to act as like a transitional period on the channel. So we'll see, I don't know. But I did those stuff, and I say in those like that TikTok, Instagram reel, short, and in that longer form 5-6 minute video project, how I don't want this condition, this nerve pain, this nerve damage to inhibit what I can do. I don't want it to limit what I can do, because then I prevent so many stuff from happening. In the past, if anything came up, I'll be like, no, I can't do it because of my nerve pain. You know, I was constantly always on bed rest, and I'm always thinking ahead. Just yesterday, my little sister asked me to take her to get her hair done, and I was just like, we'll see. I couldn't even say yes, because I'm thinking, or I can't promise in 2 weeks time, like my body's gonna be good. I might be on bed rest, and you know, I hate saying yes, and then the day comes, and like I'm in excruciating pain that I can't even walk. So you know, I can't take her. So it's a little like, that's what my headspace is, and I'm still even like that, even though I'm saying even though I'm saying right now that I said in those videos that I don't want this to limit me, and like, you know, I'm trying to say yes more, XYZ. My little sister last night right before we went to bed asked me something and I couldn't even give her a definitive yes. Like even though I'm saying I don't want this to limit me, I'm still acting like it is limiting me. I'm being cautious because I don't want to take back my yeses, but at the same time I'm still thinking that the worst is going to happen, instead of just being like yes and then, you know, working towards getting my body right to ensure like in 2 weeks time like I'm okay to take her there to get her hair done. So it's a mixed bag. But I started this little segment because I wanted to say that I had this like idea of failure and change, but then when I really was putting in perspective everything that happened since this year started, and I have to look back at what I originally said in that video, what I originally wrote down in my book when I talked about wanting to do the 6 month change. But I feel like from what I remember on the top of my head, even though the exercise and losing weight and eating healthier was like such a big aspect of the reason why I wanted to do that 6 month change, there was other stuff that I wanted to do within these 6 months, and I feel like for the most part, even if it was minor, like I accomplished some things. So I don't want to think that I failed when I do have some successes. And obviously things are not going to be perfect, but I think, at least on top of my head, I'm going to review it, but I think at least on top of my head that I am working towards a good and positive change. And I think just having a better mindset about all of this is a success, because it was that negative mindset that I had which led me back in December to want to like overhaul my life completely, when I didn't really need to, when I just needed to take things slow and things were going to work out the way it is. So like I said, let's review and go over everything I had, and I'll just kind of talk about whether it was an accomplishment, whether it was not a success, and just kind of see like how things are going with my life so far, to kind of figure out like how I should go about continuing it or like reworking some things. So let's go do that. Okay, we're gonna do this slightly in the dark. The light is really messing with the camera, so this is what we're working with. I think you're crooked, but every time I like I can't even fix this properly. I think I actually made it worse. We're just gonna say the way it is. I really hope, because I have planned to organize my book collection, do some laundry, XYZ, edit. Oh my god, I've been spending the last 3 days. If I continue editing, today would be the 4th day, just editing. And I'm gonna edit today because, like I said, I think earlier, I magically found another video from March that I need to get through. It's an hour and 10 minutes long. I think I cut it down now to like low 50 something minutes, I believe. Plus I did a book organizing video, which was the original video that I went into last night, right before the bed, that I wanted to edit. So I have to go find the video file for that. Let's hope I still have the footage, because that was like what, 4 or 5 months ago. So I'm definitely going to do editing, but I hope I have some things so I can overlay things on top like I wanted to. So the 6 things that I had that I wanted to focus on during the 6 month change was physical and health, all right, mental health, career and finance, physical image, social life, and then skills and interests. So there were 6 things. So for physical and health, for all of them I did short-term goals and then long-term goals. Short-term was 6 months, long-term was a year. So within the 6 months I had lose 20 to 30 pounds. Long-term I had lose 50 to 60 pounds. And then how I was going to do it was reducing sugar intake, exercising for a set amount of time. I don't know if I screenshotted this too early. I feel like there should have been other how. I will say I did not lose 20 to 30 pounds. I actually gained weight, then gained weight, lost. When I hit around like end of January to February, I started this at the end of December. So when I hit like the end of January to February, maybe up until end of May, I think end of June, I stayed the same exact weight for about 4 or 5 months. And then now, since the end of June to now, almost 2 months later, I'm losing weight. So I just started checking my weight again for the first time yesterday. Last time I checked my weight was probably the end of June, because at that point I was getting sick. At 5 months later, like I'm still the same weight. So I was like, oh, I'm actually losing weight. I think it's because I worked at a summer camp. I was averaging about like 15K steps, 17K steps. I think one of the days my highest was 19K steps nearly every day, because, you know, doing so many activities and stuff like that at the camp. I was like, okay, it makes sense within these month and a half. I actually lost the weight, which is surprising, because during that whole time I was doing the summer camp, like I was not working out, I was not exercising at all. So that was great. I did not lose 20 to 30 pounds in 6 months, but I am losing weight and I'm taking that with pride. Moving on. Mental health. My 6 month goal was to continue my pre-existing habits and add new mental clarity habits. I'm assuming pre-existing was like journaling and stuff like that, because for the how it says journaling, meditation, and yoga, improve sleep schedule. My sleep schedule, I guess in the last, like since the summer started, has improved. when this whole original 6 months thing was happening. It has not. But yeah, improved sleep schedule, nope. Meditation and yoga, yes. I did it during the school semester because one of my psych classes, we had to do like habits, and we had to like document those habits and then like reflect on those habits like nearly weekly. So meditation and yoga is one of the things that I did. And so yeah, but since the summer started, I haven't really done that. And same thing with journaling. That's something I did during the school year, but since I graduated, end of May, I haven't done that. Career finance was to budget and save. And then how I was going to do that was eat more at home and make passive and active income. During the school year, I definitely ate more at home, but I also still ate out. I did make active income. I worked in the summer, and I'm hoping to continue working about 2 to 3 weeks part-time during this upcoming school year. So that works. Passive income, no, I've tried different avenues. Like I do art on like my own time and stuff like that. So I've tried different avenues. None has been successful, but I have increased my income for the fact that I have the summer job. I have not spent any money of the money that I got from my summer job. And now that I'm home, it's been like a week and a half, I haven't spent money. So I think the fact that I'm not at school or the fact that I'm not working is beneficial because I have no reason to be outside. Next, it's physical image. My 6-month goal was what's my desired image outcome, and then put in the effort to succeed it. I will say, despite not actively accomplishing my weight loss goal, I will say the desired image of like how I want to look and like just kind of feeling confident in my own body, I have achieved that. All summer I dressed how I typically dress, but I felt a lot more confident in it because I think I stopped worrying about, you know, maybe like my stomach sticks out too much in this, or maybe I shouldn't be showing XYZ, like conscious of like constantly pulling down my shirt or making sure my boobs didn't look too big. So I would say my desired image outcome, I think originally I intended this to be like visual, like the type of like fashion style I wanted. But I think now if I'm thinking about it, my desired image outcome is, do I feel confident in what I wear? And even though I'm wearing the same outfits, yes, I do. And am I putting the effort to succeed? I think mentally I am, for the fact that physically it's being portrayed like that I'm like I like how I look and I like how I go outside, and I'm not too cautious about that. So I think skincare wise, I can't really say I accomplished what I wanted specifically through skincare, but I definitely accomplished it through hair care. I have done mini twist this whole entire year. I had my hair out for about like 2 days during the summer camp for the first time this whole entire year. I've not had my hair out because I developed very sensitive hair, or like sensitivity with doing my hair because of my condition. I've never been tender-headed in my life, and this is not exactly like tender-headedness, it's just like that nerve pain. So this is such like a low stress style to like put in to do and then just kind of like maintain. So I would say I feel very confident, like I found something that works for me and that I'm like willing to do in between like doing like box braid styles and things like that. Body care, I will say I achieved my desired outcome through body care. Like I'm really taking care of myself with like being intentional with the products that I'm putting on myself, my body, smelling good, things like that. Fashion and styling, I went in hoping to like change things up, but I like the style that I have. I feel comfortable in the style that I have, and I feel confident rocking the style that I have. So I guess it's even though I went in with a different intention, I would still say that's a plus with fashion and styling because I eat it up. And then makeup, I have done makeup. My makeup consists of just foundation, Vaseline on my eyelashes, maybe some lip gloss, and eyeshadow. Social life, I say make friends within 6 months. I said how? I don't know. I will say this is kind of a mixed bag. I wouldn't say within the 6 months I truly made like a friend group. I definitely made friends within one of the classes I had where we do like painting sessions and stuff like that. We would meet these group of girls. We would always sit in our professor's office, so I got to know them, got comfortable with them, you know. I have them on social media and stuff like that, and like and I'm in a group chat with them. So I would say that like I wouldn't say like we were like best friends or friends, definitely more than like acquaintances, very cordial and stuff like that. So I will say I made friends. However, I would also say like, you know, once graduation happened, it's not like I was seeing them, like it was through school. That's the only reason like we really like talked, which is unfortunate. But I will say during the past summer job that I had, I met some people, really made good friends, hanged out outside of the camp. We have a group chat together, actively making plans to see each other again. And I feel like it's, even though it might be like, oh, it's a similar boat, like it's a camp that kind of like brought us together and held us together. I like in my heart, my head, everything, my gut, it feels different. So I can confidently say that I made friends. It wasn't in the 6 months. This is what the 7th, 8th month of the year, but I'd probably say that. But lastly, we have skills and interest. I had continue older hobbies, add new hobbies, and then learning a new or old language. And I said how I was going to do this was through reading, photography, art, carving, crochet, clay or air dried clay, and then for languages it was Haitian Creole, Spanish, and sign language. So I will say I definitely continue older hobbies. Reading, art. Reading, can I really say that? In the beginning, I would say yes, but I'm actually in a 7th month reading slump right now. So, I don't know if I would really count reading, but art for sure. Art is my life. Photography for sure. I brought up my camera and has shot some things during the summer, during the camp. Carving, no, but now that it's the summertime, now that I have a bit of a break, I have the opportunity to do so. Crochet, no, but we're gonna see. And then clay, air dry clay, not on my own, but in the summer camp they have that as like a thing for the kids to do. So because I was like the counselor, I got to obviously participate in that activity. They like brought somebody in and stuff like that. So I did make that brown paper bag there. I did make something out of air dry clay, I believe. And then for the languages, unfortunately not Haitian Creole, Spanish, or sign language, but like I said, I do have the opportunity to kind of sit down and continue learning new and old languages. Now that I have this break, I'm not in school, I'm not working, so we shall see. But I will say it's a mixed bag of successes and then things that I necessarily didn't do within the 6 months, but I'm now doing past that within the 7th and 8th month of this year. So I'm still gonna count it because it's, you know, it's active growth. But yeah, that was that. I'm excited and yes. I have a lot of things to do. Hopefully some stuff I've been overlaid. I have to do, fix that up there. I have to film. I've had a set of books on this headboard for 4 months now. I originally organized that, made it into a video. That video is probably out before this one because I want this video to act as like a transitional period. And then like this is here to transition into kind of like a new era, a new me, or like a me that's constantly progressing and changing and for the better and stuff like that. So like I said, this video is going to be that transitional stuff. So that organization video should already be out. And if you've seen it, it looks the same kind of, but I've had new books that I just kind of plopped and I need to like probably put them away. But also in that video I was also unhauling some stuff and I never filmed me showing the books that I'm unhauling. So I have to do that today. Hopefully some time. Sit down and quickly record that. Should take like, so I can get like editing that. I'm gonna edit today. I'm gonna do laundry today. I'm slowly starting to kind of clean up my life, clean up the room. So we're gonna continue that progress today as well. I still have some coffee left, so I'm gonna sit down and go ahead. I'm gonna go drink, like finish that up and drink it. I think I'm just gonna sit down and continue watching PBS Kids because I just can't be bothered. I need something slow. I need to ease my way into the, like, I'm sorry, I'm constantly shaking the table, but I need to ease my way into the day a little bit more. I think we're just gonna finish that and sit down and watch something not too overstimulating. And then we're gonna go about the day and do the stuff. You've probably already seen all that footage. I just haven't done it yet. But I want to say thank you so much for watching, and great things to come. I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh, I want to add one thing. When I'm just thinking about like accomplishments and stuff like that, like yeah, I didn't lose as much weight as I wanted to, and within the 6 months I wasn't losing weight. But like slowly now I'm doing that, which is great. I went to my first ever concert a couple of months ago, back in like April for the first time, and that was like amazing. I met a great group of people, met a great group of girls at school before school closed, and we like accomplished so many great things together. Organizing stuff together. I helped organize the first participated in organizing the first Mexican American graduation at my college. Like that's just something that I never thought I was gonna do when I first started all of this, and like wanting that change. Like I mentioned, my sister and I, we went on our first trip as adults, solo away from our family, our first trip in 6 years, like about 2 months ago. Met a great group of friends at camp that I actively see being great friends into the future, and I'm literally not scared to hang out with them, text them, talk to them further again, like we did when we hanged out outside of the camp. I'm thinking I went to a second concert in California. That's where we went to help install this mural installation for U.S. childhood arrivals. Got to participate in a mural for the second time in my life this year. I went, like I said, traveled to California to help install that. Went to my second concert there. Like that's just stuff like at the end of December when I'm thinking about like doing any of this, like that's not something that I thought I was going to do. And so I just want to acknowledge that accomplishment, because I'm just like thinking on top of my head. And there's probably some other stuff that I'm just forgetting, but like I can't put myself down. Like I did stuff. Like my condition really did not limitate me or my condition didn't really limit me as much as I really thinking in my head, because if it did, then none of those stuff would have happened, or none of I would not have allowed those stuff to happen. It's me actively being like, okay, I don't want this to limit me, that it ended up happening, and I ended up doing it, and I ended up enjoying it, and I want to continue. So I just want to say that. But thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot. I hope all is going well for you, and I'll see you guys in another video. That's it. All right, bye bye.